Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar with our creative coach and supervisor and great human being, Paul. Paul told me to be brief. I'll try, but I can't. So Paul is a visual thinking facilitator. He has been dedicated his life to the field of self-development and to affecting positive change through purposeful play, like Lego, storytelling, hands-on thinking. He's a certified Lego series play methods coach and a member of the Mural Consultant Network. Paul supports his clients to think and reflect not only with words, but also with their eyes and hands. So putting their imagination at work. We are so glad to have Paul with us. Paul was very busy, but he made time for us, so we are very grateful. Paul, over to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rihan. Thank you to the ICF Saudi chapter. I'm honored to be here celebrating International Coaching Week and sharing a bit, as Rihan said, a bit more about hands-on visual thinking, specifically using a few different tools that I'm going to share with you today. And Rihan is going to actually join with me today and engage in a Lego Serious Play liminal spaces coaching session, a very, very brief coaching session, but we will be engaging with that in a few minutes. I'm going to share my screen, and when I do that, you are going to see our journey for the day. What you see in front of you, many of you may have engaged in something similar to this. This is a digital whiteboard. I happen to use Mural. There are lots of different digital whiteboard programs out there. Mural just happens to be one that I enjoy using. Normally, the whiteboard starts off completely blank, and what you see here is our entire journey. In this area here, as I circle, is going to be the activity that you all will get to engage with, hopefully, if we move at a good pace in our time together. First and foremost, I want to invite you all in to do a brief preflection. And so I encourage you all to imagine as if we were making an infographic of our learning, an artifact of our experience using our new age hieroglyphics, if you will. So if sometime from now, a high-tech geologist were to unearth this mural, what might it depict about this reflecting prompt? What does great coaching look like? Now, we are all great potentially at being able to tell you what great coaching sounds like, what great coaching feels like, using words, using our somatics. And when we are engaging more than just our verbal processing and our somatosensory processing, when we are engaging our eyes and our hands, we are engaging our full self. And so with this question, I want to bring on somebody to engage. Rihan, I want to make sure is Lena back? Oh, I believe yes. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, wonderful. So, Lena, I want you to think about this question. What does great coaching look like? What symbols might you see? How about the size of the symbols? Are they big? Are they small? Maybe the color. Different colors bring about different meanings for all of us. And so, Lena, my question to you is as such. And what I want you to do is notice all of these symbols around this slide here.
Mhm.
And then I want you to notice this empty square. This is your system. Imagine as if you and I were sitting next to each other, from very, very far away, halfway across the world. But imagine if we were sitting right next to each other, both looking out the window. And I said, Lena, what does great coaching look like? Tell me what you see. And so what I want you to do is find one or two or three or maybe even four of these symbols and tell me which ones are speaking to you right now that you would like to for me to move into the square.
The
Any
eye.
the eye, this one here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one under it, the big microphone.
Okay. All right.
And actually, I would like to add the camera.
The
The
camera.
camera,
Okay.
yeah. Earth planets.
The earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The leaf.
Okay. This one down here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And the direction one.
And this one.
Yes, this one. Yes, exactly.
Okay, now what I want you to do.
Can I add more?
Yes, yes. We only have a few minutes and your story, but go ahead. We'll move quickly. No worries. I'm curious.
Airplane.
The airplane. Okay. Okay. So now what I want you to do is tell me. So what we can do now, and I'm gonna act as your hands.
Okay.
I can make things bigger or smaller. I can change the color.
Okay.
I can even rotate if you want. So tell me which one do you want me to start with? And then I'm gonna share the whole story in just a moment. So
the eye. And
the eye, where do I put the eye?
I'll put it in the middle, actually.
Okay.
The position is good. I want you to make it big.
Sure.
To be brown.
Big and brown. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll have you explain it all. Is that good or bigger?
Super. Good.
Okay. And I'll make it brown here. Is that okay, color brown?
Yeah, this is good. It's golden
What else?
brown, which is good.
Nice.
So the microphone, I want it to be next to the right corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is there a color?
Yes, and I think it should be red.
Okay. What else?
Okay. Earth, I want it to be big.
Okay.
And I want it to be on the top of the eye. Yeah. Perfect. Use color to the blue color. Light blue.
Light blue. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. How about that?
Good. Okay. Directions, I like it to be in yellow.
Okay.
Okay, because yellow, it's a color of happiness.
Yes. Let's see. I'm just sometimes the mural has a little hiccup, so I'm just
Yeah.
Oh boy. Sometimes it has a big hiccup.
It's okay.
We're live here. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. Okay. So is this good here?
Perfect.
Okay. All right, we got to move a little quicker. So let me know what's next here.
So the plants, it's green as usual, yeah. And airplane, maybe it should be like silver or
Okay.
white. It will be good.
Yeah. Well, we have to do silver. White will be.
Okay. It's not gonna show. Okay. And the camera, it's like maybe it could be like fuchsia red.
Okay. Like you said like
Yeah,
fuchsia?
this one, yeah.
Like, is
Th-
that
th-
okay?
Yeah,
Or-
super.
okay. And are these in the right place? I want you to be able to,
Okay, the earth and the eye and the camera, it's okay. The microphone is perfect. The plant, actually, I want it to be on the earth,
okay.
on
Like
the
right
top of
on
the earth.
top, like here?
Yeah. This
Okay.
would be good. And the airplane, I want it to be on the left down corner,
Gotcha.
pointing to the earth.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And then the camera?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's
Okay.
good.
Wonderful. So, yeah, tell us using
Mhm.
these symbols and where they're located, and tell us what does great coaching look like?
I'd like to have eye contact with people. So
Mm,
not having the eye contact, it's disrespect for me. I want him to hear me, and having a good eye contact, he's hearing also my body language. He's
mm,
hearing, I want him to hear the unspoken words. I want him to catch things and to ask me about them, how he feels. The airplane, it's like where I want him with his questions to let me fly on my own area, on my own earth, you know,
mm,
on my own planet. But then I want the directions, I make them yellow because it's a happy color. So
mm,
it means that with his questions, he will provoke my awareness, and I will start to have a clear direction for my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. So, and this will lead for a good behavior, which is, I believe, the leaf will be the behavior or the decision that I want to grow,
mm.
like end results, and then this will grow with me.
And I'm curious, so the direction, the was happy. What about the colors and the size in relation to the others? What's
To
the
the
meaning?
eyes,
Why some are big and some are, yeah.
you mean the eye color?
Yeah, I'm curious about the colors and the size of the images.
Oh yeah. First, eye should be big because
Mm,
you can observe and see everything
yeah.
clearly. And the camera, because you're gonna capture some of these things that you see. And the microphone, it's how you're gonna reflect what you capture by asking your questions. The airplane, it's like where you're gonna let me fly with my thoughts, my emotions, and all these things to lead. I will lead myself to the right directions, which lead me to the best conclusion for me. The globe, the planet Earth,
Mm,
it's where we live because I'm not alone.
yeah.
So decision will act, it will have a reflection on the other people around me, and also it will affect me as well. So the leaf, where I believe in everything should start small and then give it time to grow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is how I see it.
Well, yes. Wonderful. This is how I see it. Just notice, I mean, yes, of course, we're talking about visual thinking here, but even notice when we're communicating with our clients how much visual language they use when they are communicating verbally, right? And so thank you. Let's all thank Lena for engaging in this way.
Yeah.
And and pan back, I may have a question for you in a moment, Lena, but I'm very grateful for you engaging in this way. And so what I want to do is just be is just share with you a little bit about why creating visual artifacts. We're doing this virtually right now with Mural. In a moment, we're going to you're going to see, as I shared, a visual and an actual and a hands-on thinking coaching session. Why this is so supportive of our clients' thinking process. And so if you look at this artifact that Lena and I made, that Lena made, and that I was curious about, and you think, and you also potentially look at a Lego artifact, different but similar. Think about this idea of what an artifact is. It's something that is made by human agency or skill. It's crafted by these amazing hands. It's often, and of course, now I'm using dual meaning when I tell you to think of an archaeologist that may be digging below the surface to find shards of pottery or pieces of tools from an ancient civilization. In the same way as coaches and clients, when we dig up just beneath, not the surface of the land, but the surface of our bodies, of who we are, of what's happening beneath our heart or beneath or behind our eyes. When we can take some of these artifacts and put them together, it tells a story about our culture, about our everyday life. And when we use our hands are often the first point of contact with the world. The touch is the most sophisticated and intimate of the five senses. So for the moments ago, I was facilitating this process for Lena, right? I was her hands. But in a few moments, you're going to see how a client can engage their own hands in this process and learn to think and reflect by building their thoughts. And what I like to say is when a client is able to build and construct their thoughts and ideas, then as a coach, our questions around them can get that much more powerful because we are looking out the same window, if you will. And so part of the theory around this process, it starts with this idea that we're multimodal creatures. What I mean by that is we're not just verbal. Yes, so many of our conversations in coaching are verbal conversations, right? But we ask more questions about what their body may be reacting to, or what they may be sensing into the moment. So when we can add on to those modes of understanding the world through our hands, through our eyes, then we are able to support them in their full selves. Another powerful tool that I use in this way when I engage clients using Mural or Lego Serious Play is in perspective taking. So much of coaching is about having our clients see the same thing with a new set of eyes. And the best way to do that is to have them be able to take a different perspective of their situation. And so powerful coaching or facilitation offers clients a chance to move between zooming out to that 30,000-foot view, right? Being able to pan back and see the whole system, our entire learning artifact, but also to have them zoom in all the way down to what might be that very, very next step of their journey, and then back and forth. That is what great coaching does. And when we use visual thinking, we are adding to their ability to take these new perspectives. And then finally, coaching, so much of our work is complex. we call it complex adaptive systems, meaning when a part of the system when one thing changes, the whole system changes. And so when we are using hands-on visual thinking, we can allow us to hold more nodes of information in, because we can place, well, let me move back for a moment. We can, if I'm having a conversation with Lena, and coaching questions normally aren't what does great coaching look like? But if Lena were to have a question for themselves and then pose that question, doing it visually just as much as verbally, but we only talk about this area for the majority of the session. When we do that verbally in coaching, sometimes other areas just get, I wouldn't say forgotten, but not focused upon. When we create a visual artifact, these things here, and I'm just making some assumptions of what might happen in a coaching session, these don't fade away. They are there. And I can ask, well, how does this megaphone change when you focus on this? And it may be that it gets bigger or smaller or changes colors. And then we have questions that we can ask around all of that. And so this is the power of working visually as well as verbally in coaching. And then this process, what it really does focus on is it focuses on metaphors and meaning making. We know that in great coaching session, when a client shares a metaphor and it has a lot of meaning for them, it's really powerful if we just stay in that metaphor, because now we're able to, as we did before visually, see out their conceptual window. Because we are storytellers, and when we make meaning and use metaphor with these stories, we are able to understand our client's world and then ask them these questions around this. And as I've said before, so much of the power of what you're going to see in a moment focuses on the knowledge that lies in our hands. Now, this is an ableist tool. We need to have vision and the use of our hands. And I'm very much aware of that. Not all people have the ability to see and have the hand dexterity to use their hands. So I'm quite aware of that. But for those of us who have that ability to do so, understanding that our hands, that the philosopher Kant said, it's the human's outer brain, that the psychologist Revez says the hand is frequently more intelligent than the head. So what I like to tell people is that when I'm coaching with hands-on visual thinking, specifically with mural whiteboards like this, or with Lego Serious Play, which I'm going to get into in a moment, then we are supporting our clients to use their whole sense and their whole brains. So let's shift from a very digital way of engaging our clients to a much more analog way, and my favorite. So coaching with Lego Serious Play. What is Lego Serious Play? If you're not familiar with it, it's a methodology that combines this same multimodal way of engaging the world: visual, auditory, and of course, tactile. It allows us to do that, allows us to have this uniquely creative and powerful approach, because people slow down and think more than just with their heads. And so very briefly, if you've ever played with Lego before, you may have built a car that looks like this. That is just playing with Lego. On way over to the other end of the spectrum, away from Lego Serious Play, you may have also played with Lego and used an instruction booklet and built a car that looks a lot better than the car that I built in the middle here. That's playing with Lego using their instructions. But Lego Serious Play is very different. With Lego Serious Play, you are the instructions. You create the meaning. You build your thoughts and your ideas. And when you build them, you're able to explain them because you've made them tangible. You've also with these tangible objects, they're now anchored in reality. And so with those two images that I just shared, I'm talking about cars. And when I think about cars, I think about movement. And of course, when I think about movement, I think about coaching. And so for me, Lego Serious Play is about just taking a couple bricks. And for some reason, I think it's the gray that reminds me of the asphalt of the street and the slopes of these Legos that remind me of movement. And I just put those two bricks together and say, you know what? That is movement. That is, for me, what movement is. And that is what Lego Serious Play is. You get to decide and make meaning of what you build. And so let's see this process unfold. I am going to stop sharing, and I'm going to, if you can, if your screen is on, if your video is on, I would like for you to turn it off, except for Rihan, of course, because Rihan will be joining me in a liminal spaces coaching session. And so I'm going to stop sharing now. And so if your video is on, if I can just have you turn that off for right now. Thank you so much. Welcome, Rihan. How are you today?
I'm great. What about you?
Great. So in just a moment, and friends that are here, I met with Rihan and I asked her to take a moment to build what was on her mind. Now, in great coaching, we ask our clients to reflect and think for a moment, maybe jot some ideas, because we know when they build, when they do some of that reflection before the session, the sessions are usually that much more dynamic. In Lego Serious Play and liminal spaces coaching, the client actually builds what's on their mind. And so that's what I asked Rihan to do. Rihanna, in a moment, I'm going to invite you to turn your camera down and tell us, explain to us just what's on your mind. And I want you to know that at any point you can move your Lego around, you can add, you can subtract, you can adjust. What we're looking at, this is your thoughts. You are in complete control of your thinking and of this Lego artifact. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Wonderful. Okay. So whenever you're ready, we're going to have a very brief, maybe 20-minute tops coaching session. So whenever you are ready, go ahead and turn your camera down and use your finger or a pen or whatever you like and tap and talk and tell us what's on your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it. And I think Rehan is shifting cameras now, if I'm understanding.
I'm thinking of having a reflection on what happened to me recently in my life.
Okay, I'm unable to see the Lego, so yeah, there we go. So are you able to either turn the camera down or point and tap and talk to it? Yeah.
Would you like us to pin you and me so we can look? Everybody.
Whatever, however, yeah.
That's better. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So these two figures are me.
Okay.
What I thought of, I thought of my life the past, let's say, 7-8 months till now. And I felt, okay, at first, can you see the chain, Paul?
Yes.
That has been me for a while, because of like many things happened at the same time, medical condition, work, family, many things. So I felt I was weighed with many things. But okay, would you like me to explain or you like to?
Yeah. Share whatever whatever it is that you've created, please.
Yeah, so here I made the base black.
Okay.
Sorry, difficult times. But if you notice on the top, sorry, Paul and everyone, the hat is green,
Mm.
light green. And here at the base, I can turn it around 360 degrees, which is like I can move. So the movement and the hope, these are some the things that will help me to move forward. So I'm looking forward to move to meet. So this is me in let's say a month from now or a few months from now. The base is yellow and green, and I'm not a skeleton anymore.
Okay.
Sorry. So do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, well, I'm just curious. What is the question that you have for yourself in this short time that we are here together?
Uh, I was reflecting how dealing with whatever life is throwing my way, and I feel that I have the power to get over that and to move forward to where I want to be.
Okay. And what would you like to know or become more aware of in our short time together today?
Hmm, maybe one thing to focus on in order like to take care of myself in the process.
One thing to focus on in order to take care of myself in the process.
Yes.
Yeah. How will the Rihan in a month from now, what will be different about that Rihan in a month from now if you're able to find that one thing?
Well, can you see the white hat?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm no longer skeleton. I'm feeling well, doing well, and uh, things are promising, and my life is brighter, just like the colors.
Uh, so the question you're asking yourself is, what is the one thing to focus on in order to get to that Rihan that we are seeing in front of us here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Rihan, what I'd like for you to do right now, and friends, everybody listening, we are moving very, very fast. But Rihan, what I'd like for you to do right now is I'm going to remove the spotlight,
Yes.
and I want you, Rihan, I want you to think about that question. What is the one thing that I need to focus on to take care of myself so that I can reach, be that new image? And what I would like for you to take a few moments and maybe reflect on that one thing. And I want you to rebuild this artifact with that one thing and a new story about how you might get to that new place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can turn your camera off for a moment if you'd like. I'm going to share my screen and tell a little bit more about the process. Okay. So to everyone else, as I share my screen here, I'm going to take just a few moments and tell you a little bit more about how we are working in this way, very quickly, but working in this way. And so this framework that I've developed, Lego Serious Play is a framework and methodology that was created by the people at Lego many years ago. And of course, it's about serious play, and serious play is about creating and playing and bringing your own self into the process. And so I've spent a few years developing this one-on-one coaching framework using Lego Serious Play, which is more of a one-to-many organizational development tool, because I'm passionate about coaching and I'm passionate about playing and using Lego to support my clients. And so I've developed this specific one-on-one framework, and I refer to it as liminal spaces, because when you think of the word liminal, it's from the Latin word meaning threshold. Liminality is a psychological process of transitioning across boundaries or borders. So a liminal space is any space or place of entering and beginning. It is an uneasy space of unknown. And I happen to believe that every great coaching session with a well-formed contract, a liminal space is created. That space between what is, where are they now, and what if, where they would like to be. It just so happens that with Lego, that we're actually able to see it. We're actually able to see that liminal space between what is and what if. And so when we use this way of having them build, they might figuratively and literally develop a better grasp of the mental models, the systems that are in play in both their inner and outer world. This ability to do this is an iterative process, which hopefully you will see in just a moment as Rehan comes back with a new artifact of their desire. And Rehan, I'll have you join in just a moment. And so
Ready.
briefly, yeah, so briefly, we look at it as two builds and one base plate. That space between what is and what if. And because Rehan is ready, we are going to come back to this and discuss a little further before we invite you all in. Maybe not, you won't be able to come in for some Lego, but you will be able to come in and engage on the mural at the end. So Rehan, I'm going to spotlight you again. And I'm curious, what have you created?
Uh, can you see it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hold it up just a little bit more, we'll be able to see. Wonderful. So yeah, what are we looking at now?
All right. So
Thing
let
to
me show you
focus on.
yeah,
Comparing,
side
so
by side. Can you see it, everyone?
yeah.
All is clear to you, yeah. So I tried to build something that make me relax. I think what I need now, after like being stressed out, having difficult times, is to relax in order to recharge. So I thought of to have a blue brick. Can you see that? Okay, let me flip it. So the blue to me, it signifies the sea. And also I made my own garden. If you can see the flower and the plant over here. And that's me. How can I show me? Well, okay, this is me. And I'm looking at the plant, enjoying the sea, enjoying the view. And if you notice, all the bricks are colorful and bright.
Yeah.
So to me, that means happiness.
Rihanna, if that turntable that I encouraged you to use before, if
Yes.
you can grab that and place that between underneath you, underneath minifigure Rihan. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I changed some because I couldn't move it. So,
Oh, it's okay. Oh, okay. You didn't. Okay.
but it's okay. So here it is. Here am I.
Mm,
And I'm moving and I'm looking to the sea, looking to the
yeah. Well, I'm curious that you had your old self, the skeleton on the turntable, yeah?
I got rid of that.
Yeah, yeah, but the I'm now what I'm noticing now is you couldn't remove all of it. The darkness that darkness that was underneath is still there. And
But
that's yeah, no, well, yeah. I'm just curious what that means to you. Just being aware that you can't just remove all of it. The skeleton may be gone, but some of the darkness, the past that is there is still there. And I'm curious what that means to you.
well, you can't remove evil and darkness from your life,
Yeah,
but you can improve gradually. You can find a kind of resilience. Of course, we are different, so we need to find the right way for everyone. You will always find difficult situation. You will always have to build that resilient system. You learn skills, you transfer them, but still you learn new things every day. So we will have little evil or it's little blackness from now and then. But the
yeah,
good news, look at that. Can you see where the black is?
yeah.
On the bottom. What does that mean? We can
Mm,
rise above that and I can turn myself and enjoy life.
okay. So in our last few moments, with this understanding and this desire to relax, what are you taking away from building this and seeing what you've created?
First of all, uh, enjoying. I
Mm,
felt like I'm a kid again, building up something. So I enjoyed the process. I was thinking and enjoying. Uh, and that made me feel the relaxation that
mm,
so if I have a realization, I think I must act fast to start relaxing and enjoying the little things in my life in order like
yeah.
to have a better life, hopefully.
And and if this artifact that you've created, if it were to be placed somewhere in your life, in your home or at work or somewhere in your home as that reminder to relax and honor what you're moving towards, where might you place it? Where would be a good place to see it and have it be a reminder?
That's a good question. Actually, I might take it to work.
Hmm.
Work, a great place of stress.
And if there was a couple words when you looked at the artifact and you saw minifigure Rihan staring back at you, if minifigure Lego minifigure Rihan were to share a brief statement, a couple words to you to remind you about your desires, what would you hear minifigure Rihan sharing back to you?
You said you'd relax. Do that now.
Wonderful. Um, I want to thank you for engaging in this very, very quick coaching session, Rihan. So let's all give Rihan a big thanks for engaging in this way in front of. It's not always easy to be in coaching in front of many other people. So I'm very grateful for you, Rihan.
Thank you very much.
Friends, what we're gonna do now is shift. So we started very digital, then we shifted very analog with Lego. Now we're shifting back to the digital way to engage our hands and eyes. And so I'm going to share my screen again here. Oops. And just give you just a little bit more about this methodology. And so Rihan shared at the beginning what was on her mind. and then she rebuilt it, changed it. Potentially, I asked her a question, much like the coaching question of how would you know that you got it? And while it doesn't look exactly like this, no coaching session goes exactly as we created in our minds, right? We dance in the moment. We still, there was a liminal space that was created, and I got to ask Rihan questions about that. And I took it in that moment that she couldn't remove the darkness from the Lego, that just happened in the here and now. I took that as a meaning to be curious about, just like we may be curious about a client laughing at a different time or something like that. And so I was curious in that moment, and it turned out to be something that seemed meaningful to Rihan, that you can't just completely erase the past, the darkness, that we have to honor it and be with it. And potentially, if we had more than 20 minutes of coaching, we could have gone much deeper into understanding how Rihan would enable herself to be both with the past, the darkness, the black plate of the past, and the playful, fun blue sea and garden that she was creating for herself in the future. And so finally, my friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to have you engage in the last 10 minutes with your own takeaways. And so in just a second, I'm going to share the mural link, and you will be asked to enter as a visitor. You don't need to add your email, your name, or anything like that. You just enter as a visitor. I will share the link in just a moment in chat. So you click on that link, find the outline, and I'm going to share it with you now. You will see this outline, and you're going to go to this first one, takeaways activity. And when you do that, it zooms you here. And when you click on that takeaways activity, what you'll be able to do is find a charm that you want to respond to. And I just realized I lost my charm here, so I'm gonna play around real quick and find a different charm. There we go. And so the question is, what do your takeaways look like? And so just kind of similar, but much more brief than what Lena and I did together at the beginning. So the takeaways might look like this. I take one of the charms and place it into the box, and then here I may share my name or just some thoughts. I'm flying. I'm just having fun here. But I want you to you can change the color by
Paul,
clicking on it. Yes,
the link, you didn't share it, please.
I'm going to share it right now.
Very much.
I just want to make sure everybody knows how to do it. Friends, if you're having trouble getting in, I apologize. We only have just a few moments, and so we will engage right now for a few moments as I share in chat. So go ahead and click on that link. Now, the challenge is making sure you are engaging with the mural and not with the share screen, but we're going to have to keep the share screen up because we are recording. So go ahead and I'm seeing people log in. Go ahead and find a charm, find a square, bring that charm in, and respond to, what do your takeaways look like? You can take more than one charm. There are lots here, and I always have fun looking at this and seeing all the different people flying around and taking charms. And so drop one of your charms into the white area, and then write right on the right on the gray sticky note. In order to engage the gray sticky note, you just click on it one time. So put the charm in the box and then type on the sticky note. And then we'll have a few people come on and share. And feel free to change the color of your charm. To do that, you click on the charm once, and then you'll see a black droplet. And then you can and then click on that black droplet, and then you can change the color of the charm. I see somebody figured it out. Oh, I see a few people figuring it out. And this is just an interesting way. Yes, this is a very, very brief process, but an interesting way to engage. And so we're going to kind of double time here. So would anybody like to come off of mute and direct me to the charms that they chose and then share out? Feel free to, in our last moments, I'm not going to worry about raising your hand. Just if you feel like sharing, come off mute and direct me to the charm.
Hi, Paul. This is Tia. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Tia, what charm did you choose?
The butterfly, and that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, I hope I did this correctly. It's the butterfly at the far, yeah, you're there to the left, go your pointer right there.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't change the color or anything, so I'm sorry.
Let me help you out here. So I just clicked on it. What color would you like your butterfly?
I think I'm gonna go. At first, I would say pink, but I'm gonna go with Rahan said yellow. That's a happy.
All right.
Like a bright yellow at the bottom, the other yellow, the bright yellow.
Oh, yeah. I want to make sure we're getting okay.
Right.
There.
That one. Yeah. There we go.
And yeah, what is it about a bright yellow butterfly that you are taking away with here?
Well, I mean, this session for me, it inspired me. And butterflies, they start off one way, they start off as a caterpillar, it's a metamorphosis. And so for me, the way that I was inspired in just a short time by the techniques that you showed to use in my coaching practice, I'm like totally inspired. It makes me happy when I'm learning. And so it's teaching me a way to do something different in a different way. And I love the concept of play for adults and children.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. And as I love to say, play is the way.
Yes, thank you. And I look forward to connecting with you afterwards. Thank you.
Please do. Yeah. We have time for one or maybe two more shares. So I'm happy. Feel free to come off of mute and just go ahead and start and tell me which one you chose.
I'd like to share.
Sure. Hara. Okay, which one?
The one on the left bottom, where there's fun, magic, creative, and play.
Ah, okay. You picked more than one. I love it. Great.
Yeah, they kind of all connected.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what do these charms and what meaning and color are you taking from this?
Basically, bringing the coaching into a next level of creativity and fun. So, and I think this would be really useful, especially when the topic is deep. I think the client will get a lot of insight just relaxing with the Lego and getting their inner child and funness out, yet reaching the goal of the purpose of coaching.
So much. So
magic can happen.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. What I want to share very briefly, and then thank you so much. Let's I loved it, so I'm gonna bring some hearts here in. So yeah, one thing I want to share that is very powerful, especially about using Lego and having people, it works with the mural as well. but they are their thoughts and ideas and maybe even their fears and concerns and that deeper stuff, because they have built it and it is now existing outside of themselves. They can talk about it rather than having to feel all of it themselves. And so in psychology, and what we talk about this is we talk about associating into feelings and then speaking from a dissociated view, from that third person, right? Every once in a while we may have, I may ask Rihan, what does Rihan think about that? Or what is minifigure Rihan feeling now? And so that ability to talk about it, for many people that are maybe challenged to talk about harsher, difficult topics, when the bricks, the Lego, the feelings are imbued in the bricks, they may be able to go a bit deeper because they're not feeling all of it in that moment. So a wonderful point. One more share. Does anybody, before we close?
I think Vera is ready.
Vera, yes. Which
Yeah.
one? Briefly.
I'm happy to share, but I'm also curious about a question.
Okay.
Like, do you send people the Lego, or do you ask them to order it at the beginning of their coaching, and maybe a separate pack or a small pack so that they have something like the figures that Rehan has used?
Yeah, wonderful. So let me hear. I'm going to stop sharing because we are out of time. I'm so grateful for everybody. Let me just do one celebration for everybody in the mural and then respond to Vera. So yes, I have a specific coaching kit that I do send my clients. And when I have a training and I send everybody their training kits, but it's a specific kit. It cost me about $8, and then mailing it, of course, domestically, it's different where you are around the world, but it is a part of my coaching process. And having that specific kit that has the minifigure is very important. And then, of course, part of my coaching kit has this rectangular base plate because coaching is directional, and so we move in a direction. So, but that being said, if you're interested to try this, buy some Lego. If you got kids and you just stepped on one of their kids, pick it up off the ground, put some shoes on and try playing around with hands-on thinking in this way. And so I want to thank you all for engaging. Have a wonderful International Coaching Week. I'm honored to be here again with the Saudi chapter and sharing my passion for hands-on visual thinking, specifically using Lego series play methods and then digitally with Mural. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you so
And
much for
feel
that.
free to connect.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that some people wrote you thank you notes in the chat. So thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
everyone for attending, and see you in other events. Bye everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.